We've seen war. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
Pulling out the coupe at the lot. Told him fuck 12, fuck SWAT. Busting all the bells out the box. I just hit a lick with the box.
Yeah, we seen war.
Pour up the whole damn seal. I'ma get lazy.
It don't matter if we seen it or not, we in it. 45 got us in it.
She said the nigga so slurp, got the cash out. Told him wipe a nigga no. Say slash. I won't never sell my soul. And I can back that. And I really wanna know where you at, where I was at back, where the stash at. Cruise the city in the bulletproof Cadillac.
We back on the pod and we coming back mad aggressive.
Man. Skirt.
Yo, it's a new decade, a new year, and it feels so good to be back.
New year. Who this?
You got a new number? Switch it up. You got a new pager, new beeper?
New beaver?
Hey, that used to be, I used to want a beeper so bad, though. Like,
I had one,
Like,
bro.
I used to be like, Mom, please let me get a beeper. And she asked me who paged me in the 5th grade. It don't matter. I just want one on my hip.
Exactly, bro. I wanted to be a dope boy.
The clear joints.
I had a bright orange one, man.
Now, I never understood the like the code, you know, when Silk the Shocker said, or Master P said 68 would be her code, or 69 would be her code. If you bout it, girl is roll. I told you was no limit, but tonight anything goes.
Let's ride.
How you put a code in on the beeper though? Like I thought you just called a number, it beep. How you know? Oh, I guess at some point you say enter your phone number so they know what number to call back.
No, you
but
call
if I
and
assign
then
you a code,
No, you can call and leave a message by pressing numbers.
what you mean?
Like
Morse code? They was doing Morse code on the beeper.
nah, like I don't know, bro.
I think it's what I'm saying, that on my callback number, I'm not about to put my whole 7-digit number in there, so I'm gonna just put 72, and you know that's me.
Yeah.
I never had a
think
beeper, so I don't know.
You want a beeper now?
No.
You don't want to be disconnected in 2020?
No, son.
How y'all fellas been, man?
Been great, man.
Like we brought it in New Year and then took a shot, but I ain't seen y'all niggas since.
I've been
And
cool.
y'all,
I've been
y'all
chilling.
niggas 20 seconds into the pod.
I mean, we
Right.
We 8 days
Seen
in
y'all
the
niggas.
fucking year. Yeah.
You 8 days to the year?
Yeah,
I
so
did make
we
it seem
good.
like it was mad long.
Right.
Did you miss me?
Hey, how you doing out here? How you doing out here? I don't know, man. It's only been 3 days out here.
Nate Uzi Vert.
That motherfucker's crazy.
Yo, I seen some people talking about 2021 as their year already though.
Oh shit!
What?
They
Damn,
fucked up
2021.
Hey, they shit fun.
2021. They got some shit coming. They got mad things lined up, business ventures. We always keep it 100 on the pod, but this year we keeping it 1,000. So if we get canceled, you know, Nationwide's address is
222-7337.
Yo, is that Smokey the Bear?
Nah, Miami Jacobs for you.
Miami Jacobs. What did Miami Jacobs do?
What they do?
Yeah, like-
ITT Tech
It
or
was
some shit.
yeah, like a trade
Similar.
school.
So I see what you did there. You plugged the number just in case motherfuckers want to learn how to pod. They call Miami Jacobs. Get the,
Facts.
starting off the year, dropping knowledge, kicking
Facts.
it. I see what's going on. Let me introduce this shit though. As always, welcome back to the ITL Pod. I go by the name Johnny Will, aka J Smooth, aka Cashy J, the whole nine.
Yo,
I can't get them off.
it's your boy. It's Nationwide Nate.
Thank you for not saying you already know. I hate when people introduce that way.
Uh,
It's like your first episode. You already know who it is. No, I don't, motherfucker. Introduce yourself.
My AKA today, it's gonna be Big Nate Dog.
Okay. You ended the last pod with Big Nate Dogg.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Well, I need to come up with a new one. I have one before the show over.
So you got like 700 women to kind of give you a nickname? Hey, remember that one time? What did you call me?
He just roll with that.
Right. Fresh Out.
Fresh out.
You got a name?
Cartier. What up, though?
You know, when he pulled up, I couldn't really see behind the tent, so his what'd you call it, a Scully?
Yeah.
Scully, I thought he had on a red do-rag, bro. I was like, yo, he mad aggressive today. And I was like, I knew he had on some Timbs with that shit. But as always, thank y'all for tuning in to the Amateur Professionals. Like I said, we're going to keep it 1,000. And we start off the year with, we had war, y'all. We at war. Now
Hey, I ain't talking about that, bruh. You didn't let me finish my intro.
Oh,
It's
sorry,
Cartier King, a.k.a. Freakman. Yeah, that's me.
you bought some white pants.
I keep them on me.
It's like it's like hoop shorts under your shit. You just tear it away.
Yeah. Always, bruh. You got to keep them on you, bruh. Always.
Nationwide. At this point, aren't you excited that like we're not eligible to be drafted?
Hey, we old and ashy, bruh.
Yeah. I ain't got nothing for 'em.
Nothing.
Like I can't be trained to do a damn thing. Now,
No, it's scary though still because I have a young kid, so like we get into some long drawn out war to where you have to draft. You know what I mean? I have a son
Sweep that nigga
potentially could
leg.
be there. But nah, we ain't going to war.
Hold on. Let me touch on that a little bit. The crazy thing about this shit, bro, is just how if the draft was around, a lot of these people who blindly support 45 would hold him more accountable because they got kids that's in the military and they got family members that would be affected by the draft. You know what I'm saying? Or just people in that age bracket.
And Black Twitter can give two fucks, bro. It was like immediate jokes right after the bombing, right?
Bro, listen, they ain't got no motherfucking chill.
Now,
Yo, when was the
okay.
Declaration of Independence signed?
Back in the day,
I thought it was
baby.
July 4th.
1776.
I thought it was July 4th.
I
No,
was talking about the year. The year. So 1776. I don't know. It was 274 years. I read a stat today.
my man's put out the calculator. It's
No,
still
'cause
fucked up.
Because I don't.
Nigga end up with minus 3,218.
Hey, it was time before Jesus. So AD, right?
Right. Nah.
BC.
But so like that's 274 years. I read a stat that America has been at war all but 16 years or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, we
Like-
became America off of war.
That's insane, bro.
But I will say this
Like
though.
we're constantly at fucking war.
We're not a political podcast, so I'm gonna express my ignorant thoughts on a question that I had as I was researching it. So, I still can't say this guy's name. I think it's Qasem Soleimani.
The Iranian. Okay, yeah.
The guy that was assassinated under Trump's direction. Now, do you understand why they're upset? Why Iran is upset over this?
I mean, I think any country would be upset if they're like second in command or their military leader.
Gotcha. Do you understand why some Americans are upset over the?
They say that Americans are upset because there's a way about going about an attack like this. So
Yeah,
you're
so
supposed to inform, pretty much,
Yes.
you're supposed to let everybody know, like, hey, look, we about to blow this shit up. Just so y'all know, boom, 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 it's going down.
Yeah. So
and they just went,
assassinations or target killings are against American law since 1951.
yeah.
So they're saying that Trump broke the law by assassinating this dangerous guy. Now, this guy. So here's the debate topic that I have, where some people you can kind of get conflicted.
Yeah.
Although he may have assassinated this guy illegally, this person is also responsible for over 600 American deaths. So are you like, yo, I understand why you did it, but at the same time, now you put the rest of the country at risk because you went about it the wrong way.
My thing is I wholeheartedly believe that, you know, you got to get him eventually. So if it was as simple as just informing people before you did it, I think you go that way. You know what I mean? Because if they bring the bombs and shit to U.S. soil, then it's going to be some real issues. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, regardless of how bad Obama was to some people and this and that, it's like he kept that shit off of our soil.
Yeah.
You know,
For sure.
and the president before that was Bushy, and he didn't. You know what I mean? So, like, at this point, we're fucking encapped right now bookended by two Republican that had some wild shit going on. Not saying that, you know, Obama was perfect, but, you know, obviously we didn't have no crazy conflict like that. He even brought troops home in his time. So, I mean,
because the thing
at the end
is,
of the day, bro, it's just that, like, he can't. We don't know exactly what this dude had planned, so we can't say we can't be super sure about anything.
Yeah, so the only way to do a target killing and not do it lawfully
is if there
you
was
had
an imminent danger.
Yep,
they
or
used.
or evidence, overwhelming evidence
Yeah.
that this
That-
was the only way to go about it. You couldn't.
This
there
is
was
the
no
only
way that you
to
could arrest
prevent
him.
mass
Exactly,
destruction on our
exactly.
end. So, with that being said, I think that, like, regardless, if you had to do it, you had to do it. But he can't come out and say dumb shit like 3 months ago he eliminated 100% of ISIS.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
that's real
Oh, he been
ridiculous.
saying some bullshit.
But I'm
since
just
he
saying
been
shit
in
like
office.
that, and then he tweets like, he said it's all good. Like, bruh, there had been no report out on casualties over there, if any.
You're like that. Like, what the fuck is up with 45? All is well.
All
All ain't well, motherfucker.
Right. Like, we in the biggest conflict, like direct conflict in years, and you talking about all is well.
All is well.
No.
What makes this conflict kind of scary is because Iran has the backing of China and Russia. So I mean that's where the whole World War III like comes from, because it's like if it escalates to that point and you get China and Russia involved, then shit can get real scary. The problem that I have with this killing is that, okay, I understand it. Like, if he's a terrorist, or you consider him a terrorist, and you know he's responsible for what, over 600 American deaths.
Yeah.
I understand that, but I feel like we have like things to short within our own country. Like the KKK is responsible
or the
for
fact
500
that-
600 deaths, more than that here in America. You know
Or
what I mean?
that there was a peace treaty in place from Obama that was in place that, by doing this, he breached it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, yeah, it's just it's I mean, it's different levels to the shit that kind of bothers me. I don't know. I just can't.
And
take
another
45
thing
serious.
too is just like, in America we have this like mentality of, it's kind of arrogant, like we
can't
had
be
this
touched.
mentality like we gonna come kill this, dude, obviously he been doing some bad shit, but we gonna go kill somebody and expect them, like, you better not fucking retaliate.
Yeah.
You better not try to punch back. You know what I'm saying? But that all goes back to stuff we talked about months ago, where we say you can't tell somebody how to react to something.
Like, and that goes back to my statement when I brought up the we've been at war all but 16 years in our nation's history. It's like, as America, how can we tell some other country how to run their fucking country and shit like that? I get it. There's like war crimes, and then like the UN is, they have like different crimes and shit like that, to where I guess we want to be, come to people's defense and like clear up terrorists or dictators and shit like that. But like, I just don't know if America should be telling people how to run their country
and
within their borders.
And the bottom line is, I think for all of us, we probably feel the same way. Trump's so full of shit that how are you supposed to feel safe for anything he get ready to say on the mic? Like, if you ever have somebody come out to kind of reassure you, like, yo, all is well. I understand that they making threats, but we got everything under control. I don't believe shit he say to believe that everything is under control. So that the fact that we have a lack of trust in 45 will also have American people kind of on eggshells about it, because it's like he'll say anything to come off as shit is good, but really we under attack tomorrow and shit.
Yeah, shit ain't healthy. And it's just, yeah.
So that's our political rant. We gonna move on from that, because again, this ain't a political pod. This is just a pod where we keep it 1,000 amateur professionals. Our amateur political analyst take we just did there. I want to introduce to y'all a new little segment as well, brought to you by myself, and it's called Excuse Me Say What. And this is just
Ooh.
Excuse Me Say What. That's the down south.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Excuse me, say what? Anyways, this is just kind of hilarious news that I found, and I just want to bring it to the pod. So the first one, an IG model. Apparently, I didn't know that there was things called a fans only page, to where
Bro, yeah, you did. I told you about this. It's
But did you name
internet
it?
prostituting.
it is internet prostitute, but I didn't know it was called fans only.
Yeah. I found out about that.
Yeah,
shit
but go
recently.
ahead.
So
I ain't
an
interrupting
IG
you,
model. If y'all weren't aware, there's a wildfires that's running through Australia right
That's
now.
wild.
Yeah. So an IG model raised $300K for Australia by selling her nudes for $10, and IG blocked her page and shut her down. raising $300K off of $10 nudes. Number one, yo, we nasty because you definitely got 10 for that though.
I don't.
You definitely got 10 for it. That's why I know
But that's
we nasty.
30,000 joints.
Yo,
30,000 individual
who
customers.
That's
is-
people want nudes.
Here's my thing.
But what makes a nude nice is when you know, like, they took the picture for you and it's
He
intended
said-
for you only.
Hey, he meant that. He said for you.
No,
Right.
for real though. I
Here's
don't want
my
a
thing.
nude that everybody else ain't got.
Who the fuck is paying for news where you can just scroll all up and down your Twitter line? Who's like all the
Facts.
porn websites
Facts.
are free, like
Facts.
Pornhub and all this shit. Like
Facts.
I'm not about to pay for a fucking fans only
He
page.
said the Twitter got the Black Porn Matters thing.
Like so, I don't get the fans only shit.
Well, I think it's, again, when you get a nude that's taken for you and sent to you and for your eyes only, there is an intimate touch to it. But if I'm paying $10, then to me it loses the intimacy behind it. Like, yo, this you probably took this one titty pic and 30,000 of us got it.
Right.
But should IGF shut her page down? It's for a good cause.
No,
And
because
motherfuckers is half
no,
naked for free anyway.
no, they can't shut her page down because she wasn't nude on her page.
But they already did it though.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
they
my
shut it
thing.
down.
As long as she wasn't nude on her page on IG's platform, then they shouldn't have shut it down. If it was a link to take you to her fans only website,
Shut
then I
that down.
Like I don't think they should shut that down because unless IG owns the fans only shit. But as long as she wasn't nude on their platform, then I don't think they should have shut her page down unless she was pocketing the money for herself and not actually donating it.
But they hurt titties.
They are her titties.
However, they are her titties.
So
but
Trump can't tell a country how to run their country.
You can't tell her how to sell her titties.
No.
Right.
If
Don't tell her how to run her
if
body.
you saying I'm doing this $10, no,
So Instagram wanted to cut.
no, it's not fuck her, fuck Instagram. But I'm
Fuck
saying,
Fuck her. Goddamn, you
fuck
toxic,
Instagram.
bro.
but
This is
if
in you.
she set up this whole $10 nude to donate to Australia and she wasn't donating that money, then that's a problem.
Can I keep it 1,000 real quick though? What's 300K supposed to do about a fire?
A lot
Recovery.
recovery,
But it's still burning, I thought.
No. But eventually it's gonna stop.
Yeah.
And then when it
They
stops,
need-
you need money to fix shit.
Okay,
You know.
gotcha.
Like-
Thanks for explaining
Man, I
that. Because
seen
I'm
like
thinking you gonna donate money.
I
Go
seen
over there with a
s-
bucket.
satellite picture of
Get over
fucking.
there with a bucket. This motherfucker.
I seen like a satellite picture of Australia, the whole fucking country, or
Look like Thanos got it, don't it?
you know what I mean?
Shit just wild.
Like the whole country's on fire.
But how do
Thanos.
wildfires start? Because they get them in Cali as well. But like,
Well, I
where
mean
does
the
this come
weather,
from?
like the temperature, and with like the dry brush or whatever the fuck you pronounce it.
The brush.
Dry leaves and dead leaves and shit like that. Or motherfuckers like throwing out cigarette butts and shit like that, and that catching
So
fire.
it's like if you ever burnt something using a magnifying glass, you under that sun, and it's going to some piece of wood that's combustible.
Yep, and
It's
that's
sparking in the woods. It's gonna keep burning.
and it spread fast, like super fast.
Yo,
That shit
so
crazy. Like that's the one good thing about living in the Midwest, or at least here where we at. Like I guess we got tornadoes through here last Memorial Day, but that hasn't happened like here in Dayton
It's rare.
in my lifetime. You know
Yeah.
what I mean, I've Xenia get them, and some of like the suburbs around us get them, but here in Dayton we don't get shit for real.
So if you could get away with it though, would you start a Nate only page? Like if nobody knew that you was the man behind the camera.
Probably. If
Yeah.
nobody knows.
300K? I was about to say,
Shit,
come on, Nate. We
for
gotta be
sure.
about that bread in 2020, bro. Start
Cock 'em-
your-
My
cock
shit'd
'em-
be
cock 'em
boring
balls
though.
everywhere,
We
bro.
don't be doing shit.
Who want this CNB?
about to say you probably got a couple points for free out here. Just don't put your face in it.
YMCMB.
So the other news I saw was that they now have male contraceptive, also known as male birth control, and it's a method of preventing pregnancy, obviously, that solely involve the male. So the woman doesn't have to take anything, and this is a little white pill that the male takes.
I love how
And-
you included that it was white. Like if it mattered, if it was
Because
blue.
Because if I say blue, then people probably be like, man, that's Viagra.
Yeah.
I just wanted to throw the color out there, but
freak man.
anyways, so instead of wearing a condom or getting a vasectomy, you take this pill, and that is supposed to help with not conceiving a child unwillingly, or I guess. What do you think, man? Y'all down to take one? That is wild that now we have to be responsible as men.
Nah, I'm good. I'm straight. I'm not taking fucking male birth control.
Explain.
Explain. Well, one, like the effects on your body, on your male reproductive system, and just this is new. How much testing have they done? Is it something that could potentially make you like infertile and shit like that? So I'm cool on it.
That's what the women's saying about their birth control.
And and if they don't want to take birth control, I'm not mad at them because I mean it had many different effects on their body as well. So I ain't mad at them.
Bless you.
Right. You taking one?
I pop a bean.
I'm not clear on what it's supposed to do. I don't know if it's supposed to make you not ejaculate, or when you do ejaculate, it's just gonna be clear.
Your sperm.
It just be clear. Ain't no little white.
It probably
cells
kills your sperm.
No, you
production.
still ejaculate, but I
Yeah.
think the sperm, like the actual active
count maybe
swimmers, yeah, you don't, your count's so low that you're undetectable. It sounds like an HIV commercial, but yeah, I guarantee you.
We know some people that's probably like, I need to learn more about this pill.
Oh, it's a few motherfuckers, but yeah, so yeah, I mean, if it could mean like say your girl getting off of it, yeah, I would.
Now, question for you though.
What?
Nate, you don't want to take the male birth control.
No.
But for some reason, you and your lady, y'all can't have a child, and you choose to adopt. If you choose to adopt a child and the relationship don't work out, are you responsible for child support?
Legally, yes.
No. All right. Keep it
Well,
1,000.
I mean,
What you doing?
If we made a mutual decision to adopt a child, then I would say yes. However, if this was something like I didn't want to do and she kind of forced me into doing, then fuck that.
Can you be
It ain't
forced in
my child.
2020?
Yeah, I think you still can.
Yeah, right.
But nah, man, I don't know how to feel about that. Like, yeah, I think you would be responsible for that child support
Cartier, you paying?
because it's y'all child at the end of the day. Although it's not maybe y'all biological child, it's still your child.
I
You
can see you like, yo, get a blood test. Swab me, I'm approved. I ain't got nothing to do with this child. But of course you're right. Yeah, legally you're gonna be obligated to support the life of what that child is accustomed to because y'all legally agreed to mutually raise this child. So yeah, of course. But it's still one of those things where it's like, yo, should I be? Or like you can't return them.
Nigga said like he was a pair of Jordans.
right. We got him for a reason. And the reason ain't work out, man. Y'all can have him back. I didn't use him. He ain't did no chores yet. Like unused, right? All right, but that's it for my wild, hilarious. Excuse me, say what?
Excuse me, say what?
So to get into some real topics, where do we want to start? As always, sports, music, culture. Nate, I'll let you pick. You run the show 2020.
Man, let's start with the motherfucking music.
The music?
Music.
So it's January 8th and everybody's on Rihanna's ass already because she still ain't dropped the album.
That fucking album, bro.
But whose album are y'all looking forward to? Who do y'all want to hear dropping in 2020? Because a lot of the big names didn't drop in 2019. Who you looking forward to? Even if they not a big name, who you looking forward to releasing something?
Rihanna. Need that.
You ain't listening to no goddamn
Yeah,
Rihanna.
right. I ain't listened to a
Album,
Rihanna
whatever
front to
the
back.
fuck
Yeah,
you call it now.
Y'all know I have, bro.
I'm
You
going
know
with the big three,
diverse.
man. Kendrick, Cole, and Drake. I mean, that's what I'm waiting on. It's been 3 years since Kendrick dropped, so
it's about time for Kendrick.
yeah, this time it's been at it's going on 2 years for Drake's and 2 years for Cole as well. So obviously I'm waiting on those three.
I'm
shit.
secretly hoping like there was some unreleased Nipsey music that they can
Yeah,
put out.
that's what's about. That's the other album that I'm waiting for. I'm pretty sure he was, working on music and gearing up to release, prior to losing his life. So I'm definitely waiting on the Nipsey posthumous album. So for sure, I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully, his family and his management, they decide to ultimately release at some point. So
Yeah, I can agree with obviously the big three. I'll be honest, I don't really get up to see or be anticipating a Kendrick album. Like Cole, I'm excited when I hear
You
he's getting ready
can't
to
you
drop.
can't get it up for Kendrick?
Right.
Hey, yo.
But like K Dot, I don't really be running to my phone to see if the K Dot is released, and I really don't know why. Maybe it's because that to me, To Pimp a Butterfly wasn't the shit.
Man, listen, I was watching a yearly wrap up, and they saying like To Pimp a Butterfly was a classic, and I went to go play that shit. I'm like, no, it's not.
Nah. I can't roll with that.
That's how I feel about fucking Reasonable Doubt, but I digress.
Shit, you tripping, nigga.
Does it? But is it too early to call it a classic though? Like classics I consider classics because they age well.
That was
like
like
I was
6 or 7 years ago.
But I know. But so I guess is it too early to not call it a classic? Do you have to be waiting to 2025 and be like, yo, let me go appreciate this album that I didn't appreciate
Nah, man.
initially?
I think you could call an album a classic after the first year. If
Oh
it,
shit.
personally, depending on your type of singles,
After a year,
success,
you can.
you can once you live with the album. If it's had success, if it had like multiple like top 5 singles and shit like that, if it's a good body of work, you could call it a classic after a year. Now, typically, you want to see how it ages.
Some people call it like after the first listen, like this the classic.
No, hell no, you can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Like, you got to be able to live with the album for a little bit. But I don't know. I just played it back, and it wasn't too many standout songs on it.
Once I got to this dick ain't free, I was like, nah, K Dot, nah. I ain't rolling. I mean,
And hell, Damn was better. His first or his second album, but the first like major album. Fuck,
who the fuck is Kung Fu Kenny?
it's Kendrick. What the fuck you talking about?
Okay, I keep hearing it's Kung Fu Kenny, and then I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on with this damn album too? Again, I'm not. After Good Kid, Mad City, I'm good.
Kid, Mad City was out.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's one that I could keep playing. That has longevity. That's a classic. When I was talking about what's a classic R&B album of our generation, Confessions is the one. Now, unpopular statement to make. I'm a little late on Confessions. Like obviously, I know what it is, and I've heard the singles and the radio play joints, but I've never been a Confessions front to back listener until like last week, and I was like, yo, this shit fire.
You talking about Usher?
Yeah.
Actually, bro, I was listening. No bullshit. Look at my search for what's it called today, just so you can show the people. I wasn't in my last 3, but I was listening to Usher's. Usher got his second to newest album was actually dope.
The one where it's like a statue.
Yeah, and his face was falling off.
Yeah, I like that one too.
That one was dope. Bro, Confessions was hitting from front to back like you said.
Yeah, for sure. I just when that dropped, what year is that? 2004.
Yeah.
I wasn't buying CDs, and I damn sure wasn't burning R&B back then. So it was like if it wasn't on 106 in Park, I wasn't gonna catch it. But my favorite song off Confessions as of recently is Truth Hurts and Simple Things. Those are the cuts, the B-side cuts that you don't really get on the radio that I didn't know existed on that album. But so those are type of classics. And even when Drake did his interview, they were talking about, does Drake have a classic? And the album that most people say is Take Care, but the album that they mentioned was Nothing Was the Same as being his classic. So I went back and played that. It is a nice composed body of work. I don't know if it, to me, is like, yo, this is my favorite Drake.
Yeah.
I still think Take Care is my favorite Drake.
I don't think Take Care is cool. Personally, for me, I do like Nothing Was the Same or better than Take Care, but I don't know he has any classic body of works.
Hey, bro.
Like he has a lot of good, very good albums.
I don't think he
Take
has Care was serious business.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We're just gonna run a few tracks down. We can't have Drake fucking get coming after.
Yeah, Marvin's Room and all that shit. That's cool.
Are you hating on the content of Marvin's Room?
Listen, bro.
This is cool.
This shit was fire, bro. This song was hit.
Oh, for sure.
What's next?
But like Wu-Tang Forever on Nothing Was the Same, fire. Connect,
Banger.
fire.
I can see it in your
Shot for me. This was a banger.
It's all good music.
It's all
sure.
good music, yeah.
But I don't know. You could call it like classic.
Well, define what you take. Well, I gave one definition that it ages well. That album definitely ages well.
ages well for sure.
And
Ages
this?
well, success.
Box. Behind box. I was sure they break the lock.
And just music that's timeless, like whatever the subject matter on that song that they talked about, like 10 years, it's
And
like we're
that's-
still talking about it 20 years
And
from
that's
now,
why
we're
we
still
say
talking
Reasonable
about
Doubt. Reasonable Doubt is
yeah.
a classic because of that type shit.
Yeah,
Like he has a song about snitching, and what Tekashi just do.
right.
So, all right. So, content.
The success of
Now,
it
does
at
that
the
mean
time,
that?
I mean,
Does that mean like we suck as people though? That we didn't age in 10 years. That the fucking content is still relevant. Like we should evolve better as a country if that content 20 years ago is still relevant to today. Or maybe
No.
like in some form or fashion. We may not be right on the back of the bus, but we still are.
nah, because I think the shit he was talking about, that's always gonna be with us as people. Like, I mean, I just think he was talking about just society
Yeah.
in general,
I got a
emotions,
great back of the bus
that
question for
everyone
you.
that
Real
that
quick
we
though,
deal with.
so it's that Drake right there, they take care of start to finish. I would listen to that whole thing without
Oh, for
skipping
sure.
it.
For
Like,
sure.
It's a lot. It's not a lot of albums I can do that on. No bullshit. Like every album got like one or two, but I just went through this whole little list, and I would legit listen to that whole thing without any issue. But back of the bus.
Well, before we get in the back of the bus, I want to stick with Drake real quick.
Okay.
He did his interview with Rap Radar, and one of the standouts in the interview was where he talked about. One was that Trippie Redd was supposed to be on God's Plan. I can't imagine Trippie Redd on that, but he talked about his battle with Push and how he bowed out. He lost willingly because he bowed out, but he didn't. He happy that he didn't lose by getting outbarred by Pusha. He lost because Push exposed some news about the biggest artist in the world at the time. Hey, you have a child that you haven't told the world about, so people are eating up the gossip. But like lyrically, he didn't get outbarred. Do you agree that he didn't get outbarred in that battle to where it was like, yo, Drake has no business rapping against Push, as we feel about Nick Cannon has no business rapping against Eminem?
He got outbarred. I'm sorry, Drake. He got outbarred in that, back and forth tracks. Now,
What did Pusha say lyrically more complex than what Drake could come up with to say he got outbarred?
I mean, I just think it was okay. Maybe he didn't get outbarred, but I just think like the delivery and the aggression. Like when you go back and think about the Jay-Z Nas, everyone probably gonna ride with Ether just because of how aggressive it was.
Oh, yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I mean, Jay-Z shit might have been more true and more factual, but he like Nas came with that aggression, that delivery. So you gonna ride with Ether.
But the lyrical spar, though, you wouldn't say Nas lost because he got outbarred. You would say Nas lost because Jay dropped facts on Takeover.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look with the Pusha. Like Pusha just came like aggressively into that battle. Now, Drake bowed out of the beat because he's like, man, we was about to take it to a different level, and and it wasn't no point in going there. So, I mean, I'm a ride with Push on that beef because I mean we see him we seen Drake get the best of Meek Mill. I don't think he got the best of Push.
Do you think he potentially could have had he released his other one?
It would have been a back and forth.
Yeah,
I think we
yeah.
would still be.
I don't think
hearing
Pusha
about
would
it
ever
today.
quit.
Like, yeah, Pusha wasn't gonna quit. Like, I think Pusha had something queued up, ready to go. Like it had Drake, went that next step, and I wonder what Drake was gonna say. You know what I mean? I wonder like how crazy it was gonna get.
He should keep it 1,000?
Yeah, he should have.
Man, Drake would have ate that nigga's cookies, man.
You think he got outbarred?
No, I don't think he got outbarred even with what was released.
Yeah.
But the thing is that he did. I ain't gonna say cross the line, but he touched something that was like, ooh, that was because we still ain't seen Drake see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think in his new song, what he say? Like, I should have hid you or some shit like that. In Drake's new song,
I don't
Drake
know.
wild, bro. He keep it 1,000 on his bars for sure.
So like obviously that was a big deal for him to keep his privacy, which I'm not faulting him for, bro, because Kiss is out here getting grilled every day, b. So
You got that on here too.
In the whole
Yeah.
40 situation. So
Yeah.
like, I mean, Pusha was just disrespectful. So I think that's why you
I'm about
probably
to
get
get
that outbarred.
disrespectful.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm about to get disrespectful. Blueface, baby. Blue Push, baby.
hey,
I'm getting
about to get disrespectful.
disrespectful, right? But are you familiar with Dr. Claude Anderson?
Claw.
Claw.
Nah.
All right.
Who's that?
Claude Anderson, he's a black economist.
Okay.
And I was watching Breakfast Club interview while over break.
I'm rolling.
And I know that you are all about black empowerment and building black wealth.
I'm rolling so
Well, he
far.
said something on there that I thought was interesting. And one thing I'll tell you about older black men, I love older black men, Pauls, because they really don't give a fuck about groupthink. They gonna give you the facts about how shit was because they lived during those times, especially in civil rights era. So one thing that he said was that, well, most people said, number one, there was more people before Rosa Parks, but Rosa Parks obviously sparked the whole boycott and the backing of Martin Luther King and all that, the bus boycott. But what he mentioned was that was the worst thing in his mind that happened to black people, because he said where I was at, we had over 500 black-owned buses. We weren't trying to ride on the front of white people buses. We had our own buses. And he was like, do y'all got, he said, basically black people was like, instead of building your own bus line and having your own bus line, let's get some white buses and let's boycott to ride on the front of them.
Yeah.
So do you agree with that? Like his whole point was like, instead of trying to fight to ride on the front of their buses, we got our own bus line. Let's build our own wealth.
Well, that's absolute facts.
Yeah.
I mean, and even, Martin Luther King, and some of our civil rights leader of the past and present, we'll mention that.
Yeah.
We'll say that the fact that we fought for inclusion and to end segregation to the detriment of ourselves.
Yeah.
Because once we, pretty much outlaw segregation, then we start visiting these white establishments, the white
taking the black dollar,
buses,
yeah.
White, service providers, and we took our black dollar out of our community, and that just kind of stuck with us over time. And if you really read up on Martin Luther King or just kind of follow his history, a lot of people, there's historians that believe that towards the end of his life, he started to switch his movement from necessarily let's to end segregation and equal rights to now we want we want to be financially free. We want to,
and that's when he got killed.
And that's when he got killed and shit like that. So, that's a fact. And there's really no debate about it. Ever since the end of segregation, we start to see the overall black economy go outside the community.
What makes you, and when you think about it, you're like, if I wanted today to say I want to go to the black community, where would you go?
Honestly, I can tell you.
Yeah, we don't have one. You in New York, where they call it Chinatown, and you got this is when I drive through Cleveland, they're like, this is the Jewish community.
Yeah,
you got the Jewish school, the Jewish bank, the businesses all lined up. This is the Jewish community. This is the Amish. They have an Amish community over.
You talking about over there? By Mount.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. But if I said right,
if you know, you know.
you know.
But hey,
shout out to Cedar.
Shout out to right. Hey, what's over there? Benny's. This is where the Ricans come.
Yeah, exactly. But if I wanted to go to a black community and spend money at,
here in Dayton, I can tell you. But
yeah.
Obviously, like Atlanta, some bigger cities have those strong black communities with successful black businesses. But here in where we live, we ain't got it.
And that's why I want to say this. And again, this is the year keeping it 1,000. I want to put an end to this pride of pulling yourself up by your bootstraps mentality. We got to stop acting like because I can say I did it with no help and I got myself out the mud, that I am more worthy to walk this earth than you. As black people, you should want to get in a position to where I can say, let me help you, let me pull you up, because that's what I see.
That's what everybody else doing.
It's like, hell, we looking at the NFL. You got coaches getting jobs because of who they know, and these black coaches can't even get a look.
See, and that's the thing is Marvin Lewis said, I ain't doing this shit without Hugh Jackson. And it's like, it became like a headline instead of just like a fact. Like Jason Garrett getting offered a offensive coordinator job because of somebody he know. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And it's like, it's not a big deal because they like, this is how this shit works.
So don't be ashamed to lend a hand out, and don't be ashamed to accept that handout. Like we need to start supporting each other. I can give a fuck if you got it out the mud, or I can give a fuck if your partner put you on.
Yeah,
all of
funny.
it's the same. Like I give a fuck less.
Because I was just watching a clip, Fat Joe basically, and he was talking about how he told like 13 of his homies, Diddy, Khaled, Dre, just a whole bunch of people like, bruh, you can't call me your brother if you ain't helping me get to the peg or pointing me to where the bag is at. Like, don't call me your brother if we ain't like helping building each other up.
Facts.
So, like,
Facts. We like to beat our chest. You know, I didn't. I don't give a fuck. Let's put some
Pull
people
me
on.
up, motherfucker.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Pull me all the way to the top.
And it's twofold because again, we also got pride to where it's like, nah, I don't want no handout. Your whole daddy got a whole record label. Nah, I want to come up the right way. I'm gonna put out a mixtape. No,
motherfucker.
he got a label.
right.
Shit.
Absolutely dumb,
use what your
bruh.
father has
Use
built.
what you got.
Like
Right.
for real. You know what I'm saying? You think Marcus Jordan wasn't gonna have all the J's? He'd be stupid to go get a regular
Right.
job. No, my daddy became a billionaire, so I ain't had to do that
Yeah,
shit.
I got my own store, trophy room, bitch. Dumb.
Like, who you trying to impress? Anyways, to keep it pushing. No fuck, we talked about Drake already. Anyways, you mentioned Drake's kid and Pusha kind of crossed the line when it comes to kids.
What's his name? Adidon?
Adidon. Well, there's
was
some
my bad.
reporters and a lot of
Adidon.
and it's more
Adidon.
recently. Like even Bruce, the comedian, has taken some jabs at Blue Ivy. And I seen these two journalists take some shots at Blue Ivy, saying that, oh, looks like she's starting to grow into Jay-Z's looks, or hope she doesn't develop Jay-Z's looks or whatever. Why do people feel like it's okay to take jabs at Blue Ivy? Because she's a wealthy child.
Hey, nigga, all these kids can get grilled. I be grilling little kids on the street. So, I don't give a fuck. You know
Passing
what I'm
out
saying?
jerseys, grilling little
Bruh,
scrubbies.
listen, what? Sign them up. Line them up. They all can get, it's just
Oh,
jokes,
shit,
bruh.
bruh.
Like, you can ask one of my friends' kids called a little motherfucking blanket. He got real mad, but fuck it.
Oh,
It's all
shit.
good.
He getting scraped like,
So-
hey, like, yo,
We still cool.
yo,
We still cool, though.
Edit
you know?
point.
So,
Yo.
I mean, shit.
Holy shit.
But you see how what that turned into though. That turned into a whole mess.
I mean, I get it, but nigga, they ain't gonna stop me.
Nate, as the only father on the show, how do you feel? Should Blue Ivy be off limits, or can she get grilled too?
I mean, she can get grilled, just like anyone can get grilled, as far as I'm concerned. But I think you know, it was more or less talking about her features as a black young child versus them just grilling her because she tripped or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? It felt like it's more, I guess, like cut deep, like type of shit. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. It's like, why are we grilling a kid though? Like,
Because
it's a 1,000 people.
They
if
not
Bruce
grilling her
Bruce.
kid. They was grilling her daddy.
Then talking about Jay-Z and
They
not Blue
are.
Ivy.
They are. They talking about Jay-Z through Blue Ivy. They like,
Don't
bro, you
mention
starting to
that.
look like your fucking daddy.
Don't even mention her though. Just talk about Jay-Z.
Yeah, like leave Blue out of it.
It's no, nigga. It's the parents' fault for putting her in the public anyway. You know how many
I don't
celebrities?
think they put her in the public.
Yes, they did.
No, they
But
haven't.
if they going somewhere, they gonna take their child
like
with
it's
them.
Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah,
they
like-
can't avoid it.
Yeah,
They can, bro. Do you know how many celebrities got kids you ain't never seen their fucking faces? A
mean,
lot.
I don't think you really can avoid that if you Jay-Z and Beyonce
Yes, you-
and you're public.
I swear you
entertainers
can.
and shit.
You can though.
Nah.
You don't have to take your kid to the Grammys. You know what I'm saying?
but what if she asked to go though? And was like, I want to go to the Grammys with you.
If
Mom
you
and
if
Dad.
you value her privacy more than her fucking wanting to go,
Like,
if she don't, because she don't understand right now.
I think the problem is like I said, they're not just grilling her, just making fun of her. They're talking about features that's like black features. Like they talking about the size of her nose. Like if you look at Blue Ivy, she's a cute young girl. Like so, I don't see the problem with or why people talking about her and shit like that.
My thing is like it wasn't like white people was grilling her. I think it's black Twitter.
No. The journalist, one of the journalists was white, wasn't she? Yeah, it was a black guy that said it, and then a white lady piggybacked off of her.
What did the white lady say? Cause she about to get grilled, bitch.
Well, she said that she's rich enough to get plastic surgery.
Like she don't need plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Like she's a beautiful young girl. Like
I thought we were just talking about a regular black Twitter, bro.
Nah, the black guy initiated it with like, yo, it looked like she's starting to grow into Jay-Z's looks. And then the white lady was like, she's rich enough to get plastic surgery. So those two face heat for like talking about a
Like-
little girl.
And the problem is because
That should be off limits.
It bothers me because, like I said, she's a beautiful black young girl. Like, she's not mixed, she's not interracial. Like, she doesn't have to look like Kanye's kids to be accepted. Like,
and my thing is, if you gotta go after kid, then you just ain't funny.
Yeah.
Like, you mean to tell me that's all you can come up with to get a laugh on Twitter or Instagram or social media anywhere? You just ain't funny, and you shouldn't tell the joke because you just trash. Like, lead jokes to people who can come up with something that's clever.
And clever, or just people that can also defend themselves as well. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's kind of whack.
Well, you know who can defend themselves?
Who?
Ari Lennox. Ari Lennox was going against the Twitter trolls. So, I guess
I'm just letting y'all know, bruh. All y'all kids getting grilled.
Well, you family though.
I know that's what I'm saying.
Go ahead with your little rock-headed ass, man. Go to your daddy.
All right, go ahead. All right, keep going.
As a kid, I went through a snaggletooth phase. I definitely got grilled.
And you earned it.
Everyone got grilled. You know what I'm saying? That's part of black culture.
Right. Like I saw one comedian say, if a child got a disability, we don't take him to the doctor. He just become Thanksgiving entertainment.
Oh, shit.
Stand in front of people trying to talk.
That's fucked up.
That's facts. Facts. Look at his little ass. He can't walk. Look at that limp. Like, you just become black entertainment for family. So Ari Lennox is a singer on what's this, Dreamville?
Yep.
Singer on the Dreamville label with J. Cole. That's Nationwide's kinfolk. Well, somebody on Twitter by the name of Kind Kwasi wrote, Ari Lennox and Tiana Taylor's ability to have dangerously high sex appeal while simultaneously looking like Rottweilers will always amaze me. Why are you laughing? Damn, I just read the tweet and this king over here laughing. So Ari Lennox responded in a live that I'm going to play, but her tweet back was, moms and dads, please love on your beautiful black children. Tell them they're beautiful constantly. Tell them black people are beautiful. Tell them black features are beautiful. That was her response. Let me see if I can dig up her live. And I think this may be it.
With it. I'm not fucking with that shit. Like, at all. Like, how people hate black people so much. How black people can sit up here and say that's not my problem. Or she does look like a Rottweiler. That's fine. That's fine. But and you want to talk about how people are so sensitive. They want us to cancel freedom of speech. Why is this your speech? Why are you so comfortable tearing down black women and no other race? Look around. Look around. When are Hispanic women ever compared to dogs? When do they do that? When do they do that to white women? When are white men doing that to white women? When are Hispanic men doing that to Hispanic women? They're not doing it. They're not. Like, and how come as a black woman, me sticking up for it, I'm a Zillia? Like, bruh, like, it's insane. It's insane to me that you're right. Like, that is real freedom of speech being threatened. That's real speech being threatened. You know what I'm saying? Like,
now we got all of that from her being called a Rottweiler. Cartier, I'm gonna throw to you. Respond. What do you think about the whole situation?
I mean, she has her right, obviously, to feel that way because somebody was talking about her, and she has a good point, but you gotta know, like, it's like getting mad at a comedian on stage, bro.
Is it?
A little bit.
Why? How's that similar?
I mean, it was just somebody on Black Twitter, right?
I can't even necessarily say this is Black Twitter. This is just somebody on Twitter that did not find her attractive.
That's somebody's opinion, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it come down to for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just, I mean, shit. Yeah, it's fucked up you say like a Rottweiler, but it's a bunch of other wild shit on the internet, too. I know that. I bet you motherfuckers grilling Sophie Vergara because she can't fucking speak English. You know what I'm saying? Selma Hayek still can't speak English. None of the motherfuckers can pronounce their T's and S's. So, you know what I'm saying? It's shit like that. Yeah, it's fucked up and it shouldn't. I wish if I could if I had a choice to like let that shit stay to where we can all have good laughs or make it all go away because it's negative, I would vote to make it all go away. But you know, if she's feeling and seeing it way more often because it's directed towards her, then I can understand her. You know, I don't use Twitter like that, so I ain't 100% aware of what's going on the regular. But shit, she got a right to be mad, but I got a right to laugh.
Now,
I don't think she like a Rottweiler though either.
No, I don't think so either. I think Ari is very attractive. Now, question though.
Yeah.
Obviously, we can't control how she reacts and how she responds. But if she called you and said, "Hey, I need some guidance," would you advise her to respond in that manner to that tweet?
Shit. Bite the motherfucking head off. Your Rottweiler looking ass.
All right, Nationwide, I'm gonna come to you. Nationwide, I'm gonna come to you, man. We gotta save the show.
Oh shit. Okay. Let's see how I want to approach this. I guess I want to deal with the issues that I had with the video first. So the first thing is like she brought up how Hispanic men treat Hispanic women, how white men, yada yada yada. It's like, how the fuck do you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not from those cultures. You don't probably. And Ari Lennox is an R&B like soul singer, so I'm pretty sure the majority of her like core audience are black. You know what I mean? It's not like she's a pop star like Chris Brown
sure.
or Rihanna, where she got tons of white fans, or at least those are not her core. So like you come from black culture. I'm pretty sure the majority of your followers and people on IG or whatever, Twitter, are black. So you don't know what they do in their fucking cultures. They could talk shit about their women, treat them like shit, whatever. So that's the one problem I had. Another problem is, like, Ari Lennox is a beautiful black woman. Why are you responding to just some random person on fucking Twitter? Like I think I think she get a lot of love, you know, on social media and just in public in general. So, like, why are you, and I understand this tweet caught a little traction or whatever, so maybe that's why she felt the need to respond because of the traction that it caught. But it's like, don't waste your time. Like, don't worry about the negativity.
Do you have a problem with her
and
like
shit.
associating Rottweiler with black hate though?
No, I don't have a problem with that because all throughout time, like when you think about just black people, black women and black men, so black people, we have been objectified, we have been fucking like animalized and all this type of shit. You know what I mean? You go back to like the watch or kill OJ video,
yeah.
like where the whole blackface and then the people with like the cartoon characters with the big lips. This shit has been happening forever. So I'm not mad at her for doing, like, you know, feeling some type of way about that or bringing that up.
But why couldn't it just be somebody that's like, yo, you're not attractive to me? Why does it have to be your whole
well,
skin
I
color?
guess because she took offense with the whole Rottweiler comment. But the problem that I had,
Wouldn't it make more sense if they'd said monkey? Like that would be more related to race than just somebody saying like.
Well, no, because
you look like a
she's
dog.
still animalized. But the problem that I have with it is
Animalized. I like that because they call Brandy a deer.
like, but
for
the
years.
problem that I have with it is it's not just women. It's black people. And like Jay-Z done been a camel forever. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers just said like Lil Baby.
You better
and
stick
Lil
up
Baby.
for JC. You
No,
hear me?
no, I'm not. I'm just saying Lil Baby and Lil Baby like fucking pit bulls and shit like
Yeah,
that.
but like if somebody would have said, yo, you got a donkey, she would have been appreciative.
Facts.
So I mean,
Some animals
it's
are
just-
acceptable.
So like I'm not
Like if somebody said
Yeah.
Nationwide is hung like a horse, you taking it.
like
you
Whoa.
you
But-
not taking that?
yeah, but
Pause.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Pause. But no, it's just the fact that like, come on, all right, like, don't worry about these little trolls, like people you don't know. People, he probably don't have his own profile pic. He
All the
probably got
page
some-
is gone. Like
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
fake. It was
yeah,
like a
it's-
little 4-follower page.
Right, you
and
know what I'm
it's gone.
saying? So like you worrying about like unnecessary shit. And I mean I understand like the deeper issue and the deeper problem, especially when you think about the American standards of beauty and all that. When you really do a deep dive in it, I mean she has a lot of valid points when you do that deep dive, but don't respond to this fake ass page.
And see, you know, the jokes are fine that we make on the show, but in all seriousness, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I don't think Ari Lennox is ready for the fame side of her music. that the fame is that her music is going to bring this type of fame and attention.
She's
because,
the KD of the rap game.
Yeah, like because I can assure you, there's multiple people who love her, give her compliments, but she's not going to respond to the love. She's going to respond to the hate. And I just want to know why a lot of us use that and put our energy towards the shit that we dislike. You wake up and you get all this love, but the one tweet you going to respond to is the one that says you're a Rottweiler.
Bro, listen.
From a page that doesn't even exist anymore.
Chance the Rapper. R.A. Go off. And there's somebody else. Queen. Hard eye. So damn fine. Juice, drip. Fire emojis. You know what I'm saying? That's just the first 5 fucking comments. Let alone, you know what I'm saying? I'm guaranteed there's hundreds of that. Thousands of love.
Exactly.
So, like, yeah. I mean, that's one person, bro. One person who got an ignorant-ass joke.
And then also, let's flip this, like, kind of just play devil's advocate a little bit. Have we come to a time where we're too PC to grill motherfuckers? Like, roasted is part of our fucking culture. You know what I mean? Playing the dozens and whatever you want to call it. So it's like, so now we get to the point to where I'm not allowed to crack on you?
Like, I remember being at a college party, and y'all was there with me. Shout out to 1B, where one of our people told a chick verbatim. Now, mind you, he was drunk, but he told her, "You ugly as hell, but I nail your ugly ass tonight." You know what I'm saying? That's just the environment in which
bro.
we were raised.
Ugly as hell, but I nail your shit tonight.
Now, that's some Me Too shit though. Like, is it? No, he didn't get it, and he didn't force her. But like,
that's not no
Me
Too shit, bro. No, that's just keeping it real.
Is that like harassment?
No,
No.
that's definitely.
That's what?
You can report. Well, if we was,
she ain't at work.
If we was at work, you can report that shit for sure. He's not gonna get in trouble because we at home kicking it. I mean, he just made a comment.
If he's at work, you can report it because that was like a sexual advance.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But we talking about it. Was at a house
We had a college party, right? And he just letting her know, like, you're not the most attractive person here, but even though you're not, I still will engage in sex with you. Like the line, or like, I'm looking like, has that line ever worked for you?
That's funny as fuck, yo.
She wasn't offended though. She wasn't even offended.
No, she wasn't.
She didn't be like, what if she just wild, was like, man. Okay.
Hey, that's some funny ass shit, yo.
That's wild, right?
Yeah.
Oh God, if he was at her, bro, he could have probably got it.
Now, sticking on like race and the white man being to blame for everything, director Terry Gilliam said that he's tired of white men being the blame for everything that is wrong in the world.
Shit, y'all are.
Now, let's speak to him saying he's personally tired of being the blame for everything. He said his words were, I didn't personally enslave black people. I didn't personally oppress black people or minorities. Why do I have to always be the blame for everything that's wrong in the world as a white American? And the first thing I thought of was the late great Dick Gregory, when he said, "White isn't a color; it's an attitude." And in that statement he made, it's clearly him having the lack of acknowledgement that no, while you may have not personally oppressed us, you have to be aware and acknowledge that you are afforded certain head starts and benefits that we are not. You're afforded, for example. Shout out to Kettering, I guess, or they said at work, shout down to Kettering and Oakwood. Somebody called the police because their debit card got stuck in an ATM. Even more wild than that, the police showed up and retrieved it. Even more wild than that, after the police retrieved it, they then delivered it to the person's house. I don't have that type. Like, if the police is knocking on the door with my debit card, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Right. You
know what I'm saying? So those are the type of privileges that Terry Gilliam is not being aware that he has. We don't have those certain privileges. He's not blackballing black coaches in the NFL, but clearly there's a rule in place to kind of get more diversity in the head coaching jobs in the NFL. So while he may not be personally what's wrong with the world, I need him to understand that he has to be aware that there's a difference.
But that's the thing, though. It's just like, even on, like, if you want to be devil's advocate and flip it to, like, African Americans, it's like, bruh, I am 100% aware that there's going to be one person that stepped out their car from smoking the biggest blunt ever if I go to Roosters in the Dade Mall. So if somebody's like, bro, I can't stand that shit, it's like, I get it. But it's not all of us. You know what I'm saying? And I can accept that. You feel me? So it is what it is. That's just kind of the attitude he need to have instead of having a bitch fit.
But aren't you aware though? Like you have the awareness, like yo, there are some representation that does not represent us in the best light, and he needs to be aware of that too.
He doesn't acknowledge that there are the Harvey Weinsteins of the world. Majority of fucking serial killers are white males. Like, come on, bro. Like that shit's a fact. It's a fact that the shit I just said, that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he just got to get over that shit.
I mean, yeah, he got to get over it because when you think about here in America, at least, or we probably could say the world, but I'm gonna just speak to America. White people have been the most violent people here in America throughout history. When you think about white privilege, like you said, you're afforded opportunities. Your whiteness gets you into doors that we can't get into. Your whiteness is more of and it's not attacking you, I guess personally, but it's attacking your culture, your race in general.
For example, Dr. Claude Anderson talking about the black community.
Yeah.
When we decided to integrate and blacks moved in, whites moved out, and when they moved out, they pulled out their resources because we didn't own anything, so they pulled out their resources. So when you don't have any resources, what do you have to do to survive? You turn to a life of crime and selling drugs and stuff like that, a criminal activity to survive. Those are the type of head starts that he needs to acknowledge to where we didn't have any resources. So yeah, the way we trying to feed our families is not the conventional way, and there's a reason for it. Everybody don't want to just be out here doing dirt.
Yeah,
you got to,
Your whiteness is an attitude that you carry. Like some white people carry this arrogant attitude that like I'm better than you. You know what I mean? I'm smarter, whatever. Your whiteness is the system that's in place. Yes, y'all do deserve a lot of the blame as a culture. You know what I mean? Not you specifically or not the next white person.
You think people calling Terry like, yo, it's you. It's
your
fault.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So like, I don't know why you're taking it personal, but yeah, as a culture, as a community, as a whole, then y'all do have to take the blunt of the blame,
the bulk
of the blame.
Hey, Nate said
the brunt of the blame. That's what I was looking for. The brunt of the blame for
said,
most of the shit that they
Nate
went
said
on.
he got to get over that. I love that.
You gotta get over it. Like fuck out of here.
Yeah, you do. And that's. I mean, it's plain and simple. Ain't no way around it.
Being an hour in, I wanted to. I tried all season to get y'all to argue, and y'all still haven't. So maybe this one will get y'all to argue over Ohio State. But I think at this point in the podcast, it is a great discussion to have. So over the break, Ohio State lost to Clemson. Definitely in a fashion that most of us would disagree with some of the shitty ass calls that took place. But this was a season to where Ohio State was undefeated. Made the college football playoffs. Now, the question I have is, what season is more disappointing as Ohio State and player and as Ohio State fan? Is it the 2015 season to where they preseason ranking was number 1, and after having all that hype, they end up missing the playoffs by losing to Michigan State, or versus the 2019 season, which is this current season, to where they preseason ranking was number 5, but they made the college football playoffs and end up losing in the first round. Which is the bigger disappointment as an OSU fan for y'all?
For me, at the current moment, I'm going back to 2015. Simply because when I go back and look at that roster, look at the players that we had, and seeing like the impact that they are having in NFL right now, it's like, how the fuck did that team lose? How the fuck did that team struggle the entire season? I mean, they should have dominated every fucking game that they played that year, to be honest. And the fact that although we were 11-1 or whatever, 11-2, whatever. No, they were 12-1. Yeah, 12-1. It felt like they grossly underachieved.
And that's where they say all the time, that eye test come into place. Because if you just look at the record books, you'll be like, yo, but they just lost one game. It shouldn't be a big deal. But if you're saying watching the games, it looked like it was a struggle to pull out some of them wins.
Right. And when you think about this year, I don't think we're necessarily
Was it JT's fault?
Yeah. Well, no. I can't even blame
said,
that.
yeah.
I can't even blame that year on
Hell
JT. I put that year more on the coaches because they couldn't figure out if they want to go with JT or Cardell.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the Michigan State game, Zeke only get 12 carries. So I put that year more on the coaches. This year, I'm not going to say I was disappointed in the team versus we're disappointed in that one game and how the refs called it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the team played well throughout the year. Even that game, we played well. We didn't finish a couple, 3 drives in the red zone. But, throughout the year, they played well. They played consistent. And we were just, unsatisfied with the way the refs called the game.
Now, Cartier, please disagree with him.
I'm more upset with like he said in the moment, bro. I'm more upset though about now, just because it's not necessarily you're upset with the team, you're just upset at how it fucking went down. Like I've never felt more just shafted than we did this game, bro.
You felt shafted before?
Never more shafted than now. So, bro, it's just it's really hard to get over that shit, bro.
Yeah.
And
So you're going with now as the biggest disappointment?
yes,
Or just
I don't
current
know.
feelings?
I'm saying as of the 8th of January,
Gotcha.
right now, bro, it's that game hurts the most. I've never felt more disgusted after a L.
Now, I am kind of shocked by that response. So I wanted you to disagree with him, but I'm shocked that you're saying now because I remember you being real big on the college football committee and preseason rankings. Because I remember you saying it's unfair because SEC don't have to do much because their preseason ranking, they're ranked number 1 and 2 and 3.
Yeah.
So even if they lose one game, they don't fall out.
Yeah, it don't matter.
But if you start the preseason ranked 6, then if you lose one game, it's a bigger deal.
Mm-hmm.
So being Ohio State is ranked 1 to start the 2015 preseason, lose one game, and now they're not completely out. I would assume you would think that's a bigger disappointment based off of that feeling about preseason rankings.
Yeah, but I mean, now that you mention that, it is crazy. I don't have to go back and look at that. The teams that got in, who got in? Was that the team that?
I think that was
the
year
Big
Deshaun
Ten even get
Watson,
in?
wasn't it?
What year are we talking about?
2015.
15. After we won,
It was Michigan State.
Michigan State got in.
Yep.
Michigan, and then Bama, Clemson, and
Was
Yeah.
it Notre Dame?
Nah, hell no. Not Oklahoma.
it might have been Washington.
No.
I can't remember.
No, Washington was after. No, it was a good team. It wasn't Florida State. Who the fuck was it?
Man, it had to be a Washington or Oklahoma.
No.
Yo, Deuce, look it up.
No, because Bama played Michigan State, and then Clemson played.
Either Notre Dame,
No,
Washington,
Notre Dame
or
wasn't
Clemson.
in.
Them the only teams that I say Clemson, but yeah, Oklahoma.
Nah, it was Oklahoma. It was Baker Mayfield.
No,
I
I don't
think-
think that was 2015 because Oklahoma made it the last 3 years.
Okay. Shit.
It's probably Notre Dame without.
See if I can
Fuck it,
find
why are
this
we
shit.
doing this? Let me pull this shit up.
Right.
It wasn't. No, Notre Dame only got in once. Oh, Manti-Te'o?
Was that the Manti year?
Nah,
No, that was
Manti-Te'o
before.
It
was
said
a national
Oklahoma,
championship.
Clemson,
Hold on, man, I get it, bro.
Michigan State, Alabama. That's what it was.
Who was it for?
Oklahoma, Clemson, Michigan
Oklahoma.
State,
Yeah,
Alabama.
so it was Oklahoma
Yeah.
then.
Damn, they made it 4 times then. They nice.
Because Baker went twice, and then went once, and then
Can someone
Got
explain
it
to
once.
me though why Michigan State can make it over OSU?
because they beat us.
They
Is
beat
that,
us.
is that how it goes?
Yeah.
That was
Okay.
good.
They was
beat us.
undefeated that year.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Ah, I got you.
And there was no precedent of getting 2 teams from the same conference until the SEC did it.
Okay.
So it's some bullshit that they did that, but yeah. So
Man, how do you feel though? Do you feel like this next game, Clemson about to get their ass beat because they don't belong there?
I believe that LSU's gonna dog their ass. Only because LSU's gonna score touchdowns when we weren't kicking field goals, and I think it's gonna get ugly quick.
Facts.
I got LSU winning for sure. I don't know if it gets ugly or anything, but LSU they're gonna finish the job. Joe Burrow's been hot the entire fucking year, so I think they win it.
Can I drop some some facts on y'all real quick?
Yes, sir.
Fox Kellerman.
I just got one fact for y'all, and I think this is 100% facts. It says dudes will lick the entire crack of your ass before they offer to take you on a date. This generation sad as fuck.
Hey,
Yo. Facts, though. Like, hey, you ain't taking her
shit.
nowhere, but she about to do all that. The funny
Hey.
thing about that is that, like, niggas would do all that and then be like, I don't know how she caught feelings.
Nah, man. Like honestly, bro. Like fuck. Like if I don't have to go on a date, I'm not going on a date. Like
No facts.
Like you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
So I don't see like whatever it is, what it is. Get over this shit.
But they leave off the part that they willing to accept.
Accept it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like goddamn, you going for it? So the fuck.
Right. You went. So
Like,
shit.
like, cause it got to the point to where me, like, I had, like, for real, if I didn't really see you being someone that I really rock with, for real, we're not going on no date.
Oh yeah, for what though?
You know what
Why
I'm
would you?
saying? Fuck out of here.
He said I ain't making no appearances. Shit, I'm keeping my 2 for 10.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh man. Yo,
Nate, you know you was up at Applebee's with the thoughts.
Nah.
pause. I thought of you over break too, Meech. Because I was at
You was at some trash ass restaurant, weren't you?
it was a trash ass. Oh, I was at Fox and Hound
Okay.
in Cleveland,
Yeah.
and Lil Bruh-in-law ordered ribs. I'm like, what the fuck? And I felt so disgusted, just like you mentioned
Yeah,
though. Like,
bruh,
why
that's
the
what-
fuck are you ordering ribs from Fox and Hound?
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Fox and Hound, they got good food, but I still wouldn't order no ribs.
Like, I was just like, ugh.
But think about this, bruh. They don't have a actual grill back
No,
there.
they don't.
So how are you cooking? Are you cooking them in the oven?
Yeah, they
You know
definitely
what I'm
probably
saying?
oven ribs,
So,
pre-made or somewhere,
I don't-
pre-smoked somewhere else.
I don't need no pre-smoked oven ribs, bruh. Like this ain't the moment to have them.
I felt so gross in that moment too, and they looked terrible when they brought them out too. I was
See?
like, "Yep, you shouldn't order the ribs."
See?
I'm like, "Did you listen to the last episode? Let me play this for you."
You could kind of feel where I'm coming from now. So yeah, it just ain't for me.
How do you turn the menu and you go straight to the ribs on the menu though? Like, how do you even look at that? That's the last thing I wanted from there.
I have no clue, bro, because I've never desired the ribs on anybody's menu. If it wasn't a rib shack.
But now you see my boy won Man of the Decade,
Okay.
LeBron.
mean?
Okay.
and by a landslide though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think he earned it? Or
Yeah.
deserved it? Okay,
Yeah.
good. Great.
Okay, all right, so we can move on then. I just
Yeah,
wanted to
okay.
make sure that you were aware. Yo, can we get into some more keeping it 1,000? What's a celebrity that you just really don't get the hype about? That everybody seems to be in love with? I don't get the whole Chance the Rapper craze no more. His last album was trash. To me, you know, what is there to be super hype about over Chance? Even
Well,
Coloring
you-
Book was kind of,
You
you
got
know,
I mean,
it's because he loved the Lord.
I mean, everyone has to get or afforded one, bad or subpar album. So whenever he drop again, he has
I
to
ain't
drop some
single no
hot
more.
shit. You know what I mean? He like his next album had to work. You know what I mean? He can't drop no subpar, no mediocre shit next come around. So
Speaking of dropping out, that's who I meant to say. Big Sean, I need something.
He said he got a deadline. He got to drop before Coachella.
I'm about to
so
say I need something because he's starting to fall out of the conversations of the big three.
he been in the gym too much.
Right. With Janae Aiko and shit. But who's overhyped to you that everybody just love? You gonna say Lizzo? Meg Thee Stallion?
I don't know,
Or-
bro. That's a good question.
Even if it's not music though.
I'm gonna tell y'all something, bro. Y'all gonna be mad at me. Everybody gonna be mad at me. See, the thing is, like, I get it, but it's just like, I don't know how you phrase your question. Is it more so I'm not that excited about him?
You're personally not like, nah. I
Okay,
don't-
but when I say this, it's not that I don't get that they should be
hot.
loved or they should be as hot as they are or as popular as they are. I'm not hating. It's just a personal preference.
Are we starting 2020 with mad hate though?
Hey,
Go
but
ahead.
I'm a Beyonce.
Well, I mean, yeah, she ain't really singing for you. But you mean like even when it comes to like people
No,
like,
no,
oogling over her pictures.
But
and
the
shit?
funny thing is, I love her music.
Yeah,
like,
gotcha.
like she got bangers. I love her music. Like,
Gotcha.
like I listen to some fucking Beyonce straight up. I ain't ashamed.
It's
But
like, what's up with the Beehive and shit like that? Like you don't
not
get
even that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously she's a beautiful woman, but it's just like I don't see Beyonce and just be like, oh my god, Beyonce's so hot.
Okay, yeah. She ain't nowhere near your celebrity crush. You ain't rushing to when she drop. You'll get to it when you get to it.
I ain't pressed on going to her concert.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
facts.
saying? I ain't going to Coachella because Beyonce gonna be there. That kind of thing. You know.
But you're saying like you get the hype and you get why people.
Hell yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. I mean, she speaks to some people directly, and I get it.
Do you got some people you don't get the hype about that is hyped up?
Blueface was one of them.
Yeah, facts.
I'm like, bro, what
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fuck
it's
is
tons
going
of
on,
new
bro?
artists. There's tons of new artists.
Blueface, baby. I'm like, I mean, I'm not hating on him. I'm like, great, you getting some money, bro. More power to you. But I'm like, bro, you is not about to be blaring
Like,
through my
what the
speaker.
fuck is happening right now?
I have no idea. Trying to think, man. Just maybe not even like sports, maybe or another genre movies.
Nate, you think of somebody yet?
Nah, man.
What's somebody that you personally not excited about? Anybody not named Jay-Z and Hov sounds like.
Right.
Shit. If I had to, it'd probably be like comedians, bro. It's a lot of comedians I think people find to be funny. That I'm like, nigga ain't that funny. Mike Epps being one of them.
Facts. Now, I will say, he hit or miss. You
Bro,
know,
Mike Epps is a everyday funny though. Like if Mike Epps was just here right now, you'd be fucking
I
on
agree.
the floor. You know what I'm saying?
But an hour special after 20 minutes, you probably checked out.
Yeah.
If you
yeah.
get 20 minutes into it.
I can get that. But again, he's just like see him in traffic and he'll drop some jokes on you.
Because
And
he gonna
be-
grill you.
Yeah, bro. Exactly.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that shit
saying?
makes it hilarious.
Yes.
When he called dude
He's
a
situational.
tall midget or
He's
something like
situational
that.
funny, bro. So
Shit.
so yeah. he's-
Who's underrated in your eyes that like needs to get more attention? We need to put the light on them a little bit more than we putting the light on them.
J. Cole.
I was gonna say him, but I feel like he's running away from it. I feel like he's
I don't
getting his
give a
Andre
fuck
3K.
if he's running away from him. I'm just saying.
And, like,
I
don't
just
want it.
think Cole. Oh, Andre 3K.
no, for
You don't
what?
get the hype about Andre?
I don't get the hype. I mean, because obviously he got bars, but like motherfuckers want to say
You
he
could have said Eminem too.
top 5, top 10 rappers of all time, but he ain't never like put out a single album, like a solo rap album.
Yeah,
Like,
let me see that you
like,
can be
yeah.
consistent with it. Give
Like
me a
the-
couple bodies of work that we can continuously
You know what I
play.
mean?
Drop a classic.
Like it's not hard to. I'm not gonna say it's not hard, but like when you got Big Boy to help you carry the weight of the Outkast albums, yeah, you can put some hot verses, but can you carry a body of work on your own? So like, and I fuck with 3K, but he does have a lot of hype behind him.
But let me say this though. This is why you gotta respect 3K because he didn't let nobody push him to do what the fuck he didn't want to do. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people do that. A lot of people get pushed into like, you need to drop a solo album. Like, nigga, for what? You know what I'm saying? I'm paid. Nigga, Outkast is popping. People love my shit. It's tight. I know it's tight. So why do I need to prove myself to you?
Oh shit! But far as who need more shine, it was your second question. Fuck, I'm gonna probably ride with
Young Thug.
I don't know. I'm probably ride with one of these newer like musicians like Ari Lennox, who I fuck with.
You think she's in the Dreamville shadow though?
Nah, because to me, she behind Cole, she's the next biggest artist to me. In Dreamville.
Over BJ the Kid? Well, yeah, I guess over BJ the Kid.
I mean, I know they got Earth Gang, they got JID, they got Boss. I mean, they got a lot of talented people over there.
You
But
can stop naming all these names, bro.
Like-
Nobody know the motherfuckers.
Facts.
Ari Lennox is the next, like the second person on that roster. Or the boy, Sir. Like,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
obviously these was their, Ari Lennox and Sir. These was their first like albums like that was widely known to the masses. So they should get their exposure as they continue to drop more projects and stuff like
And
that.
to me, I'm gonna name some new artists too, but I think they're not necessarily underrated. I think they're up and coming and they're on the way.
Pink
One is,
Sweats.
I to be honest, I don't see Pink Sweats putting out multiple albums. I think he's gonna be consistently
single guy?
a writer. No, I think he's gonna be a songwriter. But I would say Brent Faiyaz and
Brent Faiyaz is dope.
I like Lucky Day, of course, and be on the lookout for Sir's big brother, D Smoke.
D Smoke, yeah.
D Smoke is my not 2020 prediction, but of this new decade. I think he's the one that's gonna take the crown.
He's so fucking
from Drake.
like Kendrick to me, bro. Like just his mannerisms, he looked like
Yeah,
Kendrick
yeah.
and everything. The only thing about D Smoke, and I fuck with him because I watched the show on Netflix and I like listen to his music ever since.
That Spanish.
The Spanish, yeah.
Yeah, the Spanish
you know
gotta
what I mean?
go.
I think it's cool because I think he'd be able to drop his album and then drop a Spanish version and release that in like Spanish speaking countries and shit like that.
He can play at Benny's.
Like, you know what I mean? But like don't put out your regular album to me that I'm gonna listen to and then I got to hear a verse or
Hey,
two.
when
that
you
I
get to that
can't
second
understand.
verse, you'll be like, I'm pissed.
Yeah, you know
Don't put
what
this
I'm
on Lil Red. Put
You
this
know
on
what I'm
something else.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing about D Smoke, but I fuck with him. He talented dude.
I mean, Wale ever gonna get his? Get his just due?
Man, fuck that nigga, bro.
Hey, he gonna hear this though. and come at you.
He is the type of nigga to listen to this shit. But nah, bro. I mean, Wale, bro. He turned it into Chris Paul for me.
Whoa,
Bumping his peers.
Whoa! Don't disrespect Chris Paul. He got OKC looking better than they did with Russ.
Man, stop.
Do we? I
Yeah,
haven't
they
paid
the
attention to
7
OKC.
seed. They like 21-15. He got OKC balling.
He got OKC. Man, he ain't got them doing
He
shit.
got them balling. And
You said
No.
Steve
everybody,
Adams?
everybody just knew OKC was about to be horrible this year.
It was gonna plummet though. We was expecting him to.
Yeah.
He got him there though.
Yeah, Chris Paul got them boys balling.
He ain't did shit.
All right.
Where's SZA at? Did Summer Walker move her out the way?
Nah, I just think that's that whole fucking DT.
SZA just been
what the
chilling.
fuck is that?
TDE.
TDE camp, man. They,
DTE. You
yeah,
hear me?
who's that, Ludacris?
Right, it is. Disturbing the peace. DTP. Shout
DTP
out.
camp.
Yo,
TDE. I think that's just their whole camp. Them motherfuckers release albums once every 10 years and shit. You know what I mean?
yeah. And that shit be mad annoying.
So, I mean, I'm sure she'd be back around. And she, I think the pressure is on with Summer Walker being around. So, like, she got to drop it whenever she do. Got to be a banger.
Yo, Summer is an amazing singer. Like I was watching her Tiny Desk on NPR.
Oh,
ever seen that?
speaking of Tiny Desk,
Shit's dope. She
what
just
you
looked
call
bored
it?
up there, but she's fire.
What you call it need to come back? I mean, need some more shine. What's my dude name, bro?
Post Malone.
Nah. Shut the fuck. Damn.
Tiny Desk, that shit, though.
I'll
Say it
think about
again. What'd you say?
Tiny Desk is
Okay.
that shit.
Yeah. Was he on Tiny Desk? Who you talking about?
Yeah.
Who? Raphael Sadiq? I think that's the most recent one. Okay.
Leon Bridges.
Leon Bridges. I got it. I ain't hip. I gotta watch it.
Yeah, watch his, bro. Actually, if you type in Tiny Desk concert, he the first person to pop up.
Leon Bridges. Did he? Was that the guy that played David Ruffin?
Right.
Did he? He looked like David Ruffin.
Is that Shep? Did he play Shep in the Butter Real?
He looked like him though.
No. Like,
no,
is it?
it's not
Okay.
Leon.
Okay.
But no, what's funny is
How did Leon get to a status where he could just be one name? Like, how are you just one name?
bro, because he did 5 Heartbeats, he did Temptations, and then he did what you call it?
He Kobe, other biographies,
Bro.
Like you just don't get to be Leon. What's
Yes,
your
he
whole
do,
name,
bro? But I don't know if y'all seen
Damn,
that
that's
thing.
funny. I seen, like,
Have y'all seen that thing where they was talking about how like there's low key like black people that white people have no idea who it
Yes,
is.
facts.
Leon is the one.
If you was to say Leon, it goes to him or our linebacker at Dunbar. That's
Right.
the only 2 Leons I can think
Bro,
of.
it's funny because I seen like a very early movie of his, like not too long ago, and like in the credits it had his whole fucking name. I'm like, damn, I know that's his last name.
right. And you still you didn't even retain it.
No, I didn't.
Nah, it's just, you seen Leon in
Leon.
and seen a fucking black thing over the last name. Like that shit wasn't there.
Yo, Yeah, we'll never let anybody, and that's what I love about our culture too. We never let you outgrow any nickname. I don't care how sophisticated you become. Like John said, I don't care if you the president, you President Lil Shanks.
Yeah, bro.
You always Lil Shanks. Oh
Hey, shit. That made me think of what's his name, bro? Dark skin dude. Fuck.
Bruh, you give mad crazy descriptions right now. Like, know what I'm saying?
I'd rather have a bunch of.
I'd rather have a bunch of Barnes.
Yes.
100 Barnes. Take 100 Barnes.
Bruh, Barnes on my Facebook. He got a girlfriend and all that shit.
What is Barnes' first name?
Harrison? No.
We don't know what. Like, he's Barnes.
He Barnes.
And
It's
what's
Barnes.
and was dude's name Joe? Last name Mac, or was it Joe Mac something?
I just think we call him Joe Mack.
I don't know, bro. That's fucked up. That Yo, Mac.
And then he became mayonnaise at some point in the season, though. Like, no, because Barnes called him mayonnaise. So then he became
he's like,
mayonnaise.
you like man.
Yo. So, like y'all said earlier, grilling is a part of the culture. That's the name of the show. Getting roasted is a part of the culture. God damn it.
It's a fact, bro. Just let it be.
R. Kelly came back with not R. Kelly, but they came back with another. Season 2 came. What was that shit called? Lifetime.
Surviving.
Yeah,
They came out with season 2 of Surviving R. Kelly, and my first thoughts was why?
I never watched season 1.
Why do we need another one?
Cause bro, he's trying to condemn my man Anonymous.
Man, it's nasty. Like, cause obviously you want to like Surviving R. Kelly played a role with him getting convicted. You know what I mean? Bringing more.
Exactly. I would see
more
another 2 if
witnesses
it didn't
for-
do what it was supposed to do. It did it.
Right, but now at this point it's nasty because it's like, okay, we want these ratings, so it's all about
Yeah.
money for them now.
See, partially, but there might also be women who need to express this shit to get it off their chest. Y'all
And guess what though?
what?
I watched the first episode. It wasn't. They were just talking about season 1 and revisiting season 1 shit again.
shit.
So it did become nasty. Like, and then, all right, let's keep it 1,000 again. I don't give a fuck how great of a businessman y'all say this guy is. Dame Dash needs to be stopped.
I
bro.
fucking hate Dame Dash.
They're
Bro,
like,
to be
bro,
honest,
he
dog.
need to be stopped, dog.
Like-
He
like-
does anything to just be on camera, bro.
And you can't, to me personally, you can't call him a great businessman, in my opinion, because it's like, what is his business acumen? Like, what is his business portfolio post Rockefeller?
You a hustler.
You know what I
That's
mean?
what it is. You call him a
So-
good hustler.
Like, I can't stand Dame Dash at all, bro. Like, the whole, like, if you have a, having a boss is like calling another man daddy. Like, that's some bullshit. Like, fuck out of here, nigga. Like, I really hate Dame Dash. And then they try to shit on, like, DJ Envy and all them
Yeah.
when he was up at the Breakfast Club. And then it come out that, hey, my net worth is more than yours.
Yeah, right.
Like, so it's like, bro, chill out.
Or
Be
when
humble.
Irv Gotti said that they offered Dame $2 million to film or do
Do
an
an
episode of
episode, yeah,
Tales,
yeah.
and Dame talking, I'm gonna take this $2 million to do a movie. No, we ain't asked you to do a movie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get to do what the fuck you want to do
Right.
with the money we paying you. And guess what he had? A boss, because he was told, we going in a different direction. No, thank you. We don't need your services.
Exactly, bro.
So
It's dumb.
I was
bro.
like, yo, Dame is wild. He needs to be stopped. When I seen this picture on that Surviving R. Kelly 2, I already know he gonna get up there and act like he wasn't with the whole R. Kelly thing, like he wasn't in the Fiesta video doing his little Diddy bop.
Right. And then, I mean,
Nah. I think he actually came out and said, man, if you act like you didn't fucking know, you a liar. And
I think he's cleaning up now.
Yeah.
No. I'm thinking he's gonna confess to that he knew, and he just it's my bad. I ain't say shit type shit.
I don't know Dame personally. I just don't see that coming from him. I don't see that Dame looking in the mirror at all. Like, I don't see him taking ownership at anything. It's always Jay-Z and his dirty business. And like Nate just mentioned, if you're a great businessman, if you made a Hove, make another Hove, or be successful in someplace else. Like, it's been 20 plus years since Rockefeller folded. Like, you could have did something else.
Yeah. I
at
mean,
this point.
you should have been able to, like, I know he had like the Dame Dash music group like right after the split or whatever, but and that never bubbled.
What DDMG?
Yeah.
Picture that on the chain. and
Like,
shit.
I mean, he's
Like a
had
name
hella
drop.
shit, but he's never been able to like get it to grow or whatever.
'Cause he's too busy out here complaining about Jay-Z.
Yeah,
it's like
and
at some
it's
point, it's
like-
like, stop.
And it's like, man, Jay-Z was a businessman, and obviously when you break up a partnership, like, it don't go smoothly all the time.
Can I tell you about the maturity of myself, though? When I first seen Backstage you know, as a teenager, and I seen Dame spazzing on Def Jam in the boardroom.
Yeah.
I thought that was bullshit. I'm like, look at Dame
Yeah.
putting these motherfuckers in their place.
Hindsight 2020, like
I'm
this
looking-
nigga is stupid.
Yeah, I'm looking at him, and I'm watching him in his boardroom. He walking around cussing everybody out, and they probably like, we ain't got to deal with this after today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Today's the last day we got to deal with this because we made other plans. And I was like, yo, he put himself in a position to where nobody wanted to do business with him because this is how you respond in a meeting.
Yeah, I
And-
guarantee stuff like that is
yeah,
the reason they're
yeah.
like, bro, we're going straight to Jay-Z.
Yeah, right.
And when I seen that, I thought it was bullshit as well because you taking up for your artist, you standing up for your label, whatever. But what we come to find out now is like that's more of his normal behavior. You know what I mean?
yeah.
If that was just like a one-off thing, like I'm standing my ground, then cool. But like if this your normal behavior, I can't fuck with you.
Right.
And I think that's how big reason why Jay-Z like, bro, I can't deal with him.
We
no more.
all saw that video
Yeah.
to where Dame is in front of the camera talking shit, and in the background you see Jay-Z not even like he looked like he not with it
Yeah.
no more. He like,
Bruh,
yo, this
think-
my life.
Hindsight 2020 again, bro. Think about Jay-Z cutting that shit off with R. Kelly.
You're right.
Bro, I guarantee, bro, some of that Survivor shit was going on. He's like, bro, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
It's like, nah, bro, we done. Like, nigga, we done. You know what I'm saying? Or if R. Kelly was just on some weird shit, he cut that weird shit off. And same thing with Dame, he ended up cutting him off too. Just think, bro, Jay-Z had all these crazy ass niggas in his life, like Beanie Siegel was like, man, no, bro,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
done with you niggas.
And that's
bruh.
my problem with the baby. At some point, you can't be shaking down the party promoter yourself, bro. I know that's right on brand with the baby. That's
Yeah.
his brand, so his mystique is gonna grow off of that. But he stands to lose much more money than like shaking him down for $80 because he didn't pay you your money.
Yeah, and it's just a way to handle that.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't be doing at this point. You the baby. You shouldn't be doing any shows or any concerts or whatever without a contract in
Right,
place. So you let your lawyers handle that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was real dumb.
I'm watching this shit. I'm like, come on, bro. Like you the hottest in the game right now. You cannot afford
Going to jail.
right.
Nigga got hemmed on 2 different places for beating somebody up. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah. No. Somebody else got to do that, especially because he walk around with that big ass bodyguard.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
like his big ass do something.
right.
But I got this one, cuz. He's stupid.
Anything else, man? They thinking about trading Cal Cools up until now. AD got hurt, or was that all cap?
No, I mean they shopping him around to see what they can get back
Who you
for
talking
him.
about, Junetown?
Yeah. Lakers, the Lakers consult with you?
Nah, they ain't hit me up. I ain't no Laker fan, nigga.
No, I'm talking to him.
Nah, I'm still a Laker fan.
No. Y'all got Luka now. You can go back.
the fuck up.
You go back.
But the Mavericks, you remember you asked about the big take for 2020?
yeah.
The Mavericks gonna take the Lakers to Game 7 and win by 1.
If they win by 2, you way off.
I'm telling you, bro, by 1.
You got any predictions about Rodney Hood this season?
I think he done though for the year though.
You got any Rodney Hood predictions, motherfucker?
Fuck out of
He
here.
gonna tear his Achilles at rehab.
Right.
Oh shit, that's funny.
That's your boy, man.
Hate that.
Speaking of decade shit, this next decade, I think Ja Morant is gonna sneak up and take it. It ain't gonna be KD no more. Ja got that. It ain't gonna be Zion either. I think Ja gonna
Shout
take
out to
that.
Kevin Love
No,
for showing them young
no.
boys how.
And Dante
He ain't
Exum
no
in
hoe.
Cleveland.
Like the only thing that's stopping Zion is his fucking knees. Like as long as he can stay healthy, that motherfucker is gonna be go.
Oh, you talking about Zion Williams?
Yeah, Zion.
Okay.
Oh, who's you talking about?
Oh, you said Zion and his knees. I'm like, oh, wait, what?
You old freaky man, bruh.
No, I was trying
You
to figure out
said
which Zion.
you said it's not gonna be Zion. It's gonna be Ja.
Ah,
whatever.
got you. Sorry. Anything else before we close this shit out?
2020. What y'all got going on?
This year is the year.
Goals. What you doing? Yeah, that type of shit.
Hey, don't ever let nobody talk you out of a New Year's resolution. So we right on brand with the New Year's resolution. Healthy eating. We go get in this gym. We got weddings to prepare for.
Yeah.
So this year I don't want it to be a goal, but it's turned out to be that, which is traveling. I was cool with sitting down this year because, we getting up there, fellas. It's time to step into that house with the man cave. You know what I'm saying? This one I won't put on wax because I'll probably get beat up when I get to the crib. Uh, yeah, you know, finances, black ownership. You know, there's some things that we want to do with the pod to put this more in a branding and marketing space. So that's a financial goal. Obviously, with finances, you want to increase your income and decrease your debt or decrease your expenses. So that's another one. But again, being in our 30s now, you just got to be more conscious about what we consuming in our bodies. So my goal, as I posted as soon as the ball dropped, was mind, body, and soul. Mine, I got to be careful what I consume as far as content. And that's what I listen to, what I read. So sometimes you got to step away from the BS. And I've done that. And it actually helps. I'll be in a great mind space a lot. You know, body, which I mentioned. So I don't foresee myself being a get up on Sundays and go to church type of dude. But what I have done, and this has been since last year, you know, Elevation Church podcast is dope, and so is TD Jakes. And then Al sent another one, Doctors, I can't think of his name, but yeah, those three. So that's the soul.
Dr. Seuss, bro, he got fired. Gospel books.
Dr. Seuss,
Hey, you
Green
do.
Eggs and Ham.
No. Let me pull it up so I don't disrespect this reverend. Epiphany Fellowship podcast with Dr. Eric Mason. That's a pretty good one. And he get real with it too. One of his podcasts, he's talking about sex and masturbation.
He said that's the one I tuned into that one.
That's the one
I
he
ain't
sent
never
us.
forget
though.
that
remember,
motherfucker.
remember, that's the one he sent us. Like, yo, listen to this. And one fucker in the group chat was like, oh, he talk about circle jerking? Like, no. It's not about circle jerking. What's your goals, bro?
Yo, financially, I have a certain number that I want to hit by the end of the year as far as in my savings account. I want to start investing this year. For sure. I want to buy like stocks or whatever. So those are my two like financial goals.
Yo, get with me on the stocks. I got to connect.
Okay. For sure.
He sound like he about to rob you blind, dog.
I want to find a new job. That's another thing this year. And then I'm outside, man. Like this year I'm outside.
Hey, it
So-
ain't city boy summer for you.
I'm
We've been
outside.
waiting on it, but you got to tell the stories on the pod if you out here.
Hey, I'm outside this year, so like definitely the traveling. Definitely, I'm trying to hit festivals, concerts.
And as always, the grocery store 200 miles out.
200 up here. Just different fun and entertainment type of shit. So yeah, I'm outside this year.
All right. Well, my main goal this year is to get married. You know what I'm saying? That's goal number one. I don't see anything stopping
I
that.
was about to say, I was about to say, like, yo, is that in limbo? Like,
So yeah, but you know that's still a goal. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna continue to live. You know what I mean? Not necessarily like wake up every morning. But we gonna live.
open.
Huh?
Go ahead.
But we gonna continue to live. You know what
So
I'm saying?
what happens if there's a morning you don't wake up? Like,
Hey, you ain't living no more, bruh. I had to be literal there. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be tripping. But so yeah. Like Nate said, man, I'm trying to get outside, man. Nate, man, you gonna have to I can't wait for Nate to get back to himself. This shit gonna be funny. White pants and all.
I thought Nate was gonna say he want to fall in love this year.
Right, where that goal at?
It happens when it happens. That's never a goal of mine.
Never a goal.
No.
Okay, all right. What else I want to do?
700 don't listen to the pod, do they?
Obviously, you want to increase your income.
For sure.
I'm trying to blow bags. I don't give a fuck. But man, I mean, done some big things this past year, man, and I'm just gonna keep running it up, man. The pod, man, it's definitely important to me. Like you said, we're gonna monetize this shit, and ain't nothing gonna stop us, dog.
At all. Yo, we back. It's another year, a whole new decade, and we're going to continue to keep it 1,000 every week on the pod. Make sure y'all listen and share. I'm going to keep my exit real brief. We normally keep up some music. Let me keep some music while I do this. I got a new, I call myself the king of R&B, self-proclaimed, but I feel like I snatched the crown, so I'm going to keep the title. There's a new R&B artist by the name of Aaron Ray that's got some fire out, so we're going to exit with him. This is Johnny Will. I'm signing out.
Yo, this is Nationwide Nate. I'm signing out.
It's Cartier King, man. Follow me at King Meets DYT. I don't be on that IG shit too often, but I'm about to get back on there now. New year, new me, you know what I'm saying? Feeling good, feeling great. How are you? So, definitely appreciate y'all tuning in to the pod, man. Keep this shit up weekly, man. We gonna keep it up too. So, see y'all on the next one.
Yeah, my patience been taking some heat, so I'm weak by the end of the week. Try my best to explain what I've been on. When you're never gonna listen to me, you consistently try to compete. I'll just play your games if you want me to.
Hey, the show ain't over, bruh. Happy birthday, G. Turned 30-something in about 2 hours, my dude.
Happy birthday, G Cole.
Actually, 1 hour and
bro.
10 minutes. So, yeah, man, enjoy it, bro. I'll holler at you in the AM. So, well wishes to you, dog.